Hello, welcome back to Are You Ready for Your Inspection podcast. I hope you are well. If you're listening to this if I'm in your ears, thank you very much. If I'm on a walk with you, I love to go on a walk. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Also, if you are listening to this, please do me a favour. If you click on subscribe, then it actually lets you know when our next podcast comes out and the subject of it. So we'd love to be able to do that and share that with you. So today's podcast is all about something that we've put together in the Jigsaw studio. And I'm really, really excited about it. So excited. So we're going to talk to you about the inspection path. So we all know that where we are in early years inspections, we become, we know the cycle of where it is. And actually it's interesting because where we have been going now for 8 years, we're now seeing people for about 6 years ago that are coming back to us to actually get a little bit more support from where they were 6 years ago. And for us, if you are one of those people, thank you. It's good to have you back. Love having you back. So we're going to be talking about the 5 stages in the inspection path, and this is something that we put together in the studio. Took some time to put together because actually everyone is on a different part of the journey. So whether you're a new provider that's just been registered and you're eager to get going, or whether you're 30 months down the line or 24 months down the line and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have my post-registration inspection coming up, or whether you're in the journey of a 6-year cycle, or whether you're a year down the line after an RI, or a 6 months down the line from an adequate, or if you've just had a compliance visit, or if that happens after you've listened to this and this happens tomorrow. We are all in different stages of the inspection path, and it is like a roller coaster. It is a journey, okay? So that's why we've called it the inspection path. So I'm going to go through each of the bits with you, and almost it is cyclical where it actually goes round, but we like to call it on a road because that's where it is. We're on a journey, and whatever business you are in, you will be on a journey, and we want to take you through it. And actually you'll find that some of you are on different stages in your setting, some of you are on all the stages, but it actually be really good to actually think about where you are and what you are going, where you're going. So the first stage is anticipation. So we know, and we put a survey out. I don't know what the, is it Family Fortunes where they say, I don't know who it is. I'm old school, I can't remember who it was, ages ago, said on a survey from 100, how many people said blah, blah, blah. So we actually put a survey out, or a question, a comment out on our social media about how people are feeling in their inspections. And there was a number of words that actually described how somebody was in this stage 1. So, there were a few, not many, confident, mixed, heard were the ones that we're seeing. But also there were a number that say dread, resigned, disappointed, scared, anxious, overwhelmed, frustrated, and nervous. Now, I hear you on that. I totally hear you from that. And I see it from both sides of the story. So, for example, myself as a group provider, as where I came from, we used to dread that knock at the door. We used to dread the ID. We used to really, really dread it. But if I knew then what I know now, it would be a totally different thing. I can promise you that, because I have learned so much in the last, I would say 20 years, 15, 20 years. And especially since the Jigsaw journey, which is now 8 years old, I've learned so much more in that journey too. And what we want to do is we want you to shine in your inspections and not shy away. We want you to be turning from dread to eager. We want you to be from your resigned to your determined. Who doesn't love a determined? From somebody who's disappointed to being satisfied, to being scared, to being confident, to being anxious, to being calm, overwhelmed, being in control. So that's where we're going with this 5-stage process. So in the beginning then, we all anticipate it. We all dread that. Majority of us dread that bit of either a phone call, a letter, or whether they turn up on your door or you get the notification call. We all have that little bit of anxiety, something that's going on in our, I'd like to say in our chest, I'm holding my chest here, but also in your stomach, that feeling of stomach in your stomach. Now, I know, Ofsted has said that consultants are putting the fear of God into early years providers. And we as early years consultants are literally making providers more anxious. I'm going to draw a line there because I know for a fact what we do at Jigsaw does not happen. We do not do that. We encourage you to shine in your inspections. We look at where you are, we give you some recommendations and an action plan, and you take it forward. Because I would say that actually, I don't think there's any of our settings where we've had our quality improvement audits and we've gone out and done those things, or any advice or consultancy that have gone down to an RI or an inadequate. It's always been a good or an outstanding, and actually that is pretty damn hot statistics. So actually, I take almost a little bit of I don't want to say offence. I almost want to say, and I'm going to draw, maybe it's a smoke screen to deter the way of how people feel with Ofsted. And I've got some of the most amazing Ofsted buddies. No kidding. Some amazing buddies who I absolutely adore. And we meet up and we chat. And, some that I trained with when I started out as freelance inspecting and working for Tribal. And I still kept in contact with them. So I really do struggle with the fact that Ofsted said consultants do that, because I'm going to put it out there. We do not do that at Jigsaw. Okay, we do not. Okay. So the next stage, after feeling that whole bit in your heart, in your stomach, in your neck, those feelings that you get when you get that call, letter, knock at the door, is anticipation. That's your stage 1. Okay, anticipation. Step 2 is preparation. So some of you may be in that preparation mode, that preparation stage where you need to get everything all in order. And if you've done anything, and that's another podcast about our animal quiz, that could be where the beaver comes in. And I'm just going to make a disclaimer here. I am a beaver. I did the quiz and I am a beaver. It's all about preparation. Preparation is key. Preparation, you're dotting the I's and crossing the T's and making sure everything's dated, all boxes are filled in, your paperwork's all ready to go, all your staff, your children's tracking's all up together. That's where I would come in, and that is the preparation. That is stage 2. Stage 3, guys, is implementation. So you've got all these things going on, okay? So you've got your stage 1, some of you are in stage 1, some of your practitioners would be in stage 1, and some of you it'll be stage 2. But implementation is where it really, truly happens, okay? You put whatever you've been preparation for, but whatever you've been preparing for, you are now implementing and making sure that every room, every person, every practitioner is actually putting that into practice, implementing everything that you've done into practice, whether that's your activities, your learning walk, all those things that you need to be doing. You are now putting it into practice, implementing it. So you've prepared it, you're preparing it, and now you're implementing it. And that's where the real nurture comes in, is that you've taken on board some of the things that you've seen when you've been preparing, and actually now you're implementing it and actually ensuring that the whole of the team are implementing it too. Okay, so that is stage 3. Then we've got stage 4. Stage 4 is evaluation. So it's almost like, so you've been implementing, so you've done you've got rid of all the anxiety and the anticipation, all of those feelings. Then you've done your preparation, your stage 1. You've gone into your implementation, and now you're in valuation. So this is where we say your what, your so what, and your now what. What are you doing now? So what? What's the impact? And now what? What are you going to do to make it better? That's all about evaluation. What is it that you've been putting in stage 1, 2, and 3, and now you need to recognise it in stage 4. That's where you are. And I know some of you would be already in that stage, okay? And the final stage is after your inspection, okay? You reflecting, and this is where the journey should not end. This is where continuous improvement is so key to an amazing inspection, okay? Because if you did continuous improvement and reflection every day, okay, your stage 1, 2, 3, and 4 would easily slot into it and you wouldn't get those. So that's why continuous improvement is so on board. You need to get it going. And we say this all of the time. So those are the 5 stages. I hope that has helped you. If you are listening to this on Monday, the 20th of May, come and join us. In the show notes will be a Facebook link. And we will be doing a masterclass all about top tips in your early years inspections on how to shine, not shy away. And we will be talking further into the 5 stages of the inspection path that we've called it. I really hope that has given you something to think about. I would love you to join us in the masterclass. We're doing it on its own Facebook group. I would really love you to be part of it. Get your whole team on board. Use it as part of your CPD. And let me know what your thoughts are. And we will see you really, really soon. Take good care.